Good evening, Noswitha, hello, here we are. Welcome back to the channel, Croizo, back on my, obviously, Puzzle Combat channel today, and we are looking at, what do we call it, Raid Tournament, Day 5. First ever Raid Tournament, Day 5, 3-star Raid Tournament. Here we go, let's see how we're getting on. Ooh. So, here we are. The tournament, let's see, charge attack. I've got 3 attacks left. Final day of the battle. Tournament ends in 13 hours, 56 minutes. I'm currently top 5%. We'll see if I can maintain that, or hopefully I will end up for top 1%, because the top 1% loot is worth having. To be honest, it can be, not always obviously, but it can be significantly better than top 5%. So here we go. Where are we at? Let's have a look. I beg your pardon. Let me just shutting the door. Right, okay, here we go. So the tournament. Go to battle. Let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh. So as I say, Lottie is very good. Tannenbaum is very good. I will be swapping this. I will not be swapping out my strongest Victoria, but I will be putting in an extra blue. This has gone wrong the last few days for me. 3 blues and 2 greens. It's a random connection, but Victoria is worth taking as the most powerful hero. Lottie is going to doubtless going to mess me up. Darn it! Just hoping. And ideally, I want Lot to die before he goes off. She goes off. But it's too late. It's such a powerful tank when you have fast mana tournaments, because the defense down that Lottie does is just really tough to deal with. At least I get a point for killing Lottie. Sharing is caring. So these guys now all share receive. Oh, I thought it was only close allies, but close allies, but apparently it's all allies get received shared damage, which means that it's very hard for me to kill any single one of them, and obviously killing any single one of them is better, because a dead hero, as I will always say, is worth far more than a wounded hero. It's much better to kill them than to wound them. Gonna hope this might work, but it's a long shot. Long shot. I was hoping that I'd basically get a 3 in a row blue that would hit Roshan and do a fair amount of damage. Didn't happen. Not much I can do there. Right, Roshan. Hopefully this will kill him. There we are. That's 1 less enemy hero. Sharing is caring again. It's going to be very annoying. The Tannenbaum is a really good 3-star, and the sharing is caring thing does make it much harder to finish off any one hero. It can backfire if you can lower their armor and such, so that your tiles do more damage, because then you can actually kill all of their heroes in one go. That said, that is a very tricky proposition. Not impossible, but not necessarily easy. Oh gosh, it's going to be one of these cerebral raids, isn't it, where I actually have to think. Don't like thinking hurts. Okay, I've got a slight edge at the moment. I don't think that necessarily means all that much. This is, again, you'll see, sharing is caring. Yay, sharing is caring. An annoying special skill. One of my Victoria's just died, so now it's much more of an equal board. You can see that, but basically because my tile damage is being shared out so equally, what's her name here? Soraya survived attacks which should have killed her. That said, it has then finally backfired, because there were a couple of heroes who were very close to death, and they were finished off because the damage was shared. So I came out with that with a win. I'm very pleased with that. That's actually a good result. That was a tough raid, and Fenyala, you set up a very good defence team there, so I take my hat off to you. I will swap in here. I'm going to swap in another. I'm going to go back to my extra Vittoria, as I will repeatedly say, I do adore Vittoria. Okay, in fairness, actually, let's change it around. Let's go for tile damage power. Obviously, I can't take purples because purples are not allowed. However, I will take my best Vittorias and Leapfrog simply because he is maxed up on the emblems. Strong team. This one I'm facing. Again, my criticism, and as always, it doesn't mean I'm going to win or lose or whatever. Oh no, actually no. Sorry, my criticism was about to say, oh, he should take a yellow tank. He has taken a yellow tank. Forget me. Just got to hope for some good tiles. Basically, as I've said, I repeat, I believe every single video I've done on this raid tournament. If you can, take a tank of the opposite colour to the one that is not allowed in the tournament. So, purple, take a yellow. Yellow, take a purple. Green, take a green. If you're not allowed greens, take a red, and so on and so forth. That possibly actually was a ridiculous move. I should have done that differently. So here we go. This is going to be a close one. I think I could win it. The attack down thing, which has been inflicted upon me, is rather annoying. It's going to be a case of do I earn enough mana charge in the meantime? I think I will. And then I've mistargeted that, so that was a stupid move on my part. I'm going to hope that this pays off. It may do. Yes, that's enough to kill him, and this should be enough to kill her. So there we go. Whew! Whew! I'm wiping my brow as I did that. I thought I was going to that one. I thought could have gone either way. That's two very close raids, and dare I say it, my experience I think did actually count in my favour there because I was able to turn it around, so to speak. I'm going to swap my blues for reds here because I've obviously got reds. Now Lottie, as I say, Lottie's a good hero. Lottie or Lotte, or there's always a lot of debate about boy, girl, etc., etc. Good hero. Slow mana is the only impediment, and with fast mana, it suddenly becomes ultra deadly. So I'm going to take them, and especially as there is a red target. A green tank. Let's see how we go. This should finish off. Piston. Oh, Piston! You're still alive. How can you still be alive? You're Sven. And counterattack with her, therefore mess me up. I'm hoping this will. No, didn't quite come together. I was vaguely hoping there. Sometimes you can get a 3 in a row out of nowhere, which is what I was hoping for. Nice, very handy. There, Vittoria there. Oh my gosh, a lot of damage done. So I'm going to hope that this works. So Lottie will reduce their armour significantly. Leapfrog then reduce them still further. Who's this fella? Hoff. It must be one of the zombie heroes. Not one I know. Definitely not one I've got. Armour. Boom. This should finish off. I want to say Magnus, but I don't think Magnus is the right name necessarily. Beg your pardon, I'm having a real name. Well, as anybody who watches my videos will know, I regularly have name blocks. Okay, this is going to be a close one. I think. Yes, there we go. That's 3 close raids in a row, which have actually gone my way. And again, to an extent, I do feel pretty proud of those because I've played the board in my favour, which is how it goes. Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I've got. Okay, obviously I'm going to go for the 5 in a row red here, particularly with a green tank. Healers as tanks, no, I'm never sure. Can work out really well. Doesn't necessarily. They even with fast mana, they often die a little bit too quickly before they really get to make an impact. And if my tiles don't go to plan, they're often dead before the damage is done. if that makes sense. So they die too quickly, or can die too, or if like they don't die, then their mana is their healing doesn't affect me because I haven't actually managed to inflict any significant wounds whatsoever. I feel like that doesn't quite make sense, but hopefully you'll be able to sort of roughly follow what I'm saying there. Personally, I don't like healers as tanks. They can work really well, but they aren't my favourite. Anyway, that was actually a reasonably close raid as well, so I can't complain on that one. That was, again, a reasonable result, and that's going to put me to the last one. Okay, they've obviously gone red, which is, again, as I will repeatedly say, don't go for, use your power-wise. I would always recommend you look at the colour which is opposite the colour which is the one that you're mainly using. So if you can't have purple tea, anyway, so I'm talking again. Right, so here we go. So blues and 2 greens. Blue, obviously I'm going with 3 blues, simply because they got 3 reds. And 3 reds together I would never recommend on a defensive team, whatever you're doing with your defensive team, because the tiles are going to do a lot of damage, and tile damage is going to be key. Might even kill. Yeah, we killed Lottie with that tile. I can't remember. Oh yeah, she does do it. She does. Sorry, I couldn't remember then for a second if Gem did an attack or just provided a support attack. She does do an attack, and therefore, the 2 of their heroes down, and that's just from tile damage. Really easy because there were so many blues clustered together. As ever, it doesn't mean I'm going to win the raid. Blah 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 blah. Things can still go wrong, but don't put 3 heroes of the same colour on your defence team unless you are doing it of the colour which cannot be stacked against, which in this case is yellow, or is it purple? Might be yellow. It might be purple. Whichever it is, basically that is the only colour you can put. You should have more than 1 hero of that colour on your defence team. So I'm pretty sure it's yellow. So I've got 2 yellows because I'm not allowed purples. That is the colour you should exploit. Use that to your advantage in setting up your defensive team. If you take heroes of, if you're not allowed purples, you can have as many yellow heroes as you like because nobody can colour stack against them. That team was actually relatively, and as always there is the caveat, I could still have lost, but that team was relatively easy to beat because they gone with 3 red heroes, which just meant I took a lot of extra blues. So my blue tiles all did an absolute ton of extra damage. So let's just have a look at how things are going on the tournament overall. Certainly the last 2 days have been much more successful than the first 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins in a row. So the last 2 days I haven't lost 1, which is good. Top 1%, which I'm hoping I will stay. And obviously I've spent 75 gold to get that, but it will almost certainly pay itself off that I have spent that money. My defences are basically you can see the majority of them I'm winning. Obviously been hit quite a lot. I'm not going to count them all and everything else, but doing reasonably well on the defensive. Leaderboard, I'm assuming, I was going to say I'm not expecting to be on the top 100 because I've lost too many, but I should still hopefully manage top 1%. I might drop to top 5% because there's still a few. I'm sure there's a lot of players left to go. I don't know why I'm looking at the top alliances leaderboard. That's not relevant here. So there we go. So yeah, that is the tournament, the first ever tournament, and as I say, it's a real opportunity to get loot relatively cheap, and I would thoroughly recommend that you do your best. And if you get knocked out, honestly, the 75 gold to continue may well pay for itself, especially if you're a player who ever buys special offers to get extra ascension items and stuff like that. It is often worth doing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will try and do a very quick update tomorrow as to how the tournament, what loot I get and everything else. It's very hard to do a loot results video because the loot result tends to come up when you log in, so it's very hard to do a video about that because it's kind of come up before you even know what's going on. But if I get the chance, I will do a video just to just explain how things have gone, and that's it. That's the end of the very first raid tournament. I hope there was something useful in all the random bumps that I have said and thrown at you. Main takeaways, I would say, is 75 gold is worth spending to continue. Don't get if you're knocked out. If you get knocked out twice, probably not going to be your tournament. But if you're knocked out once, 75 gold is cheap for what you will get in terms of end resources. So it's worth doing that. And second point to take away is consider which colour is not allowed, and make your tank the colour that would be weakest against the colour that isn't allowed. So in this tournament, you're not allowed yellows, or it might be purples. No, it was yellows, wasn't it? You're not allowed purples. So take yellow tanks. If you're not allowed reds, take green tanks, and so on and so forth. Basically, that means your tank cannot be colour stacked against, and that is a huge advantage for any defence team when the AI is playing. I hope that was useful in some way. As ever, please do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you've got any questions, if there's anything else you want to know about raid tournaments, please do let me know, and I will do my best to answer it. It just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching. Hoylvour, good night. May death come swiftly to your enemies, and goodbye.